This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the May Commission on Disability meeting. So we're just gonna first, yeah.
You say hi.
So we're gonna go over roll call to see who's here or not here. So we're missing Bruce. I just gave him a call and sent an email. We're missing Nancy. I'm unsure if Nancy is still on the commission. Also, we don't have a quorum, so we won't be able to vote in the minutes.
I got it.
Thank you very much. This is the disability committee.
It is.
All right, cool. Found you guys. Perfect. I went to the basement by accident.
Oh, no.
That's all right. It's my fault. It's my fault.
I looked around to see if you were in the hallway.
And I went and grabbed this out there. Yeah, I was, I have a basketball/sports chair with me, but I didn't realize I brought the wrong wheel set that goes with it, so they're not fitting. So I just
Got it.
sorry about that.
Okay, and then we're not missing anybody else, right? Bruce, Nancy, you said you were gonna be late, but you are here. Oh, Stan, yes, Stan, I will message him in a minute. So we don't have anybody here for public speak, right? Nobody on there trying to get in?
Online.
Okay.
No, whoever the voice is off camera.
Oh, I'll be right on camera.
Oh, yeah, they're not at the table yet.
Okay, all right.
They're in a minute.
Setting up off camera.
And then, let's see, introduction of new members. I was gonna record it up. Bruce, go over. Do you just want to introduce yourself again? Like, I'm gonna have you do it a couple times because you're new. So,
Hello, everyone. My name is Dylan Maxwell. I'm the associate planner here with City of Easthampton.
thank you. Okay, and then do you still need to settle in or are you ready to
Whenever
go?
you guys are ready, I'm ready.
Take it away.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Ryan Kincaid. I'm with All In, and we do adaptive sports and recreation programs all throughout Western Mass, Northern Connecticut. We do things from sled hockey. We have wheelchair basketball. We have a cycling program. We're trying to start a curling program right now. So we take any sports and activities in this area and really try to adapt it for everybody to kind of come and do. So we also have like rock climbing at the rock gym, and it's all inclusive. Everybody's always invited to come to these events that we have. So one of the things that I'll show you guys is, I don't know if anybody has heard of or seen sled hockey at all.
I did.
You did. Yeah. So you guys know sled hockey.
I played
So you guys know, so these are the sticks that we use. These are a little short and they have ice picks on the end that we propel ourselves with.
Okay.
So there's one in each hand, and basically you just kind of like dig into the ice and then you slip your hands down and you can do the dribble the puck. And what we're propelling is one of these. We have all different sizes and setups. This is a sled hockey sled. As you can see, it has regular blades on the bottom right here. And then you buckle yourself into this seat here and propel yourself with the sticks. And we wear full gear, so it's full helmet, pads, everything. And we have all ages. We actually have technically 3 teams, and we're sponsored by the Springfield Thunderbirds. So we have a junior team for kids 4 years on up. We have a recreation team for people that are just starting or don't really want to compete too much. And then we have a competitive travel team, which goes all out, and we travel all over the Northeast basically for that. But sled hockey is just kind of getting over. The season's just getting over right now, but it's something to think about. We do have a couple of sled hockey events coming up this summer. You can always take a picture, or we can sign you up and we can send this information out to you. But July 6th at Amelia Park and August 11th at UMass Amherst, we're having sled hockey events. So you guys can come out, people can come out and try it, see if it's something they enjoy or just want to, something different to do for the day, but it's free. And all are welcome to try that out. And then, one of the things that we're trying to get off the ground right now is a cycling program. We have a set of hand cycles and recumbent bikes. And right now we have an event on June 8th down in East Longmeadow. And you can sign up to use our bikes, our hand cycles, our trikes, whatever you need. And we'll bring it and we'll make sure that you're accommodated as far as needing whatever bike you need. And then we have other cycling events going on. We have longer rides for those individuals that have been hand cycling for a while. So it's like 10 plus miles. And then we have the more leisurely rides. And I have the whole summer's worth of events for that coming up here. A lot of what's happening here happens right at Millside Park here in Easthampton. And Easthampton has been wonderful at letting us use the basketball courts and also letting us set up there for our cycling program. So it's been great to be able to use all that. And again, this is stuff that you guys can have if you want to. If you want a digital copy, we can definitely send a digital.
That'd be
copy
great
as well. Yeah. Right now, this is something that I'm pretty excited with. Actually, it's something really new. Is All Abilities learning how to curl. So it's wheelchair curling. You don't need to be in a wheelchair, but it's adaptive curling, and that's going to be at Amelia Park in June. On June 22nd. At
Westfield?
Yeah, in Westfield. So, all of our events take place pretty locally, anywhere between Springfield, Westfield, Easthampton, Northampton. So we're all over this, really. And please feel free to interrupt me and ask questions if anybody has any questions. More than happy.
All I'm thinking is a lot of those places are difficult to get to.
Every difficult in what respect? Accessibility, or as far as like driving to?
Driving. I mean, Andy, when he's driving, Eli's brought it up before.
Sure.
Some programs, and I think a lot of programs in this area.
Yeah.
There isn't even public transportation, so you're dead.
That is an issue that
you're commenting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is something that we hear a lot of.
I was looking at Millside Park.
Sure. Understanding. Some of our programs are on a bus route, but obviously not all of them are on a bus route. So we do understand that is an issue with a lot of the individuals is being able to get a ride. And like, let's say for sled hockey, a lot of us will carpool. I drive, so I'll be able to pick somebody else up and kind of bring them. So we do try to communicate and try to carpool as much as possible. But that's one issue that we've always had a problem with is getting people there to participate, because we have people that want to. Absolutely.
I'm not surprised the whole valley's like that.
Yeah. So that is one of the issues that we run into. But one of the things we try to do is we try to spread out all of our programming. So we try to hit the spots up a little bit of everywhere. So those people that might not be able to travel from one area, hopefully we have a program that is for them in that area. Again, coming back to sled hockey, A, because I'm the captain of the team and it's like my number one sport. B, because it's just getting over. So it's kind of top of mind right now. Sometimes we play in Westfield. Most of the time we're in Springfield at the Mass Mutual Center. It does have some bus drop-offs. Amelia Park we go to. Sometimes we're in West Springfield at Olympia. So we do try to spread our season out as far as that's concerned. And this year, actually, we may even have some practices as far out as Holy Cross and Worcester. Because there's some individuals joining our team from Boston. So we're trying what can I do for you?
I did basketball to Professor Olympics. Did they have basketball for people in Easthampton could do at the down there too?
So we are just kind of starting up a wheelchair basketball program, and it's kind of learn to play, and it's just something really fun. And we have one right now. We have one more session on May 19th at Millside Park, and it's free. You do have to sign up online so that we can get a basketball chair, but it's a free
I'm
event.
gonna help out if I can help out.
Yeah, come on by. We would love it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Millside Park on the 19th, and I have the actual times here. I believe it's in the morning at 10 a.m. And one thing that if you all want to do is you can go and sign up for our emails, and we'll email you as soon as there's like a new event coming out or remind you that there's an event happening. And we really try to communicate with everybody through emails or through our Facebook page. All that has all of our information on there. But yeah, no, we started last season with wheelchair basketball. Smith College let us use their gym. This year, Easthampton let us use the outside park, which was great because it's been beautiful weather every day that we've tried to do the basketball, so we've lucked out there. But we'll bring for everything we do, including the sled hockey, including cycling. We bring all the equipment, so you don't have to bring anything if you don't have anything. So if you don't have a bike or a hand cycle or a trike, sign up for one and we'll bring that. Same with sport wheelchairs for anything that we're doing, sled hockey, sled sticks, full equipment, full gear. Everything that we do, we will supply everybody with the equipment needed. And as far as costs are concerned, we try to keep our costs as low as possible. So we had a wheelchair basket. The last 2 wheelchair basketball programs were $5. And this one we're going to put on for free. So we try to keep costs as low as possible when it comes down to it. We want everybody to join up and have fun. And I don't want a cost to be an issue. And if it ever is an issue, email us. We'll help take care of that.
Somebody's got a question.
Sure.
Do you have any ambulatory people doing things like sled hockey?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's for all ability levels. In fact, what we say is it levels the playing field. So we have ambulatory individuals sitting in the sleds, sitting in the basketball chairs, and yeah, it just levels everything out for everybody to play.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. That's a good question. Definitely do. We have a lot of families too. So we have individuals that have children that might be in a wheelchair, and the mother or father might participate with them.
Nice.
So like sled hockey, we have a few, we have a father-son, couple father-daughter set up. So we definitely encourage families to come try these as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I played with them for a couple of years too.
I remember when I was first coming on, that was about when you were stopping. That was a while ago.
Started when I was 7.
Yeah. Yeah, you were little then. And look at you now. All grown up.
I'm 27. I'm 26 now.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me feel old. But yeah, we're really excited about these programs that we can bring to the area. So like the ride along event was going to be kind of like a fundraiser for us, but that weekend just isn't working out for a lot of individuals. So we're still going to do a ride. It's just not going to be like a big fundraising event. And it's at Graham Central Station, which is an ice cream place, and they have food, and they're going to be donating back 20%. So we want people to come. That's on June 8th.
What do you do with people that are wheelchairs? Like, I don't, because it sounds like it requires a lot of arm strength to be playing the sports.
It's such a mix of individuals
Okay.
that we accommodate those without, the necessary upper body strength. So we'll definitely accommodate that. And as far as wheelchair basketball, that's very beginner friendly. Like we don't have an actual coach. It's just kind of like, come learn the basics. Come learn to pick the ball up off the ground. Come learn to use the chair itself. Just come shoot around. We might play a little bit of a game, but nothing so it's very beginner friendly. Sled hockey also is very beginner friendly because, like I said, we have all the levels. So we have the beginning level, and those that don't have upper body strength, we actually have push bars. So we have volunteers that will push you along on the ice if need be.
Okay.
So we have individuals that just are quads or don't have upper body strength and they get pushed. That we do definitely want to accommodate, especially those just starting out, because that's another reason why I love supplying so many different programs, is because you might try a program, it's not for you, but we have other things you can try that might be for you. So our main point is just come try it out. If you don't like it, that's awesome. That's fine. Maybe we can find something else that you'd be happier with. But we have a lot of different programs throughout the whole entire year, and they change up a lot. So in the past years, we're not doing it this year, but in the past years, we've had kayaking and fishing as well. But those things, they come about. And once in a while, if you're signed up with us, we'll send you an email saying, hey, next week, it's just a pop-up meeting, just a pop-up event where we'll bring chairs and everybody plays basketball. We'll bring bikes, everyone come biking. So we do a lot of those just like quick pop-up events as well throughout the season.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we really strive to have a good time and make sure that everybody is going to have fun and have a good time. And it's a great place to meet other individuals that might have similar issues that we might. So I've met a lot of people, let's say, with spinal cord injuries like myself, and we can really talk about it. And just it's just a really good environment to meet peers as well.
Sounds like it.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
I just stumbled upon you on Facebook or something else. I've never.
Yeah. We've been around. I mean, I've been working for the program, at least on a part-time basis, for probably about going close to 10 years. I've been at least participating with the program when I moved out here. So the program itself has been going on, probably like 30 years, but it used to be called Disability Resources. And then we recently changed it to All In, just to really encompass what we do. And, because we want everybody to join in, not just those with disabilities necessarily. We just want to make it like an even playing field for everybody just to come out and be humans with each other, be people, and really, I like to see the smiles on everyone's faces when they first try something that they've never tried before. And we're like, I can't do this. We're like, sit down in here. You're going to get it, and it's just really, really fun to see.
Are there different size chairs? Because that looks really small.
Absolutely. Yeah. So our sleds, we have buckets of all different sizes. I call it the seats here buckets. We have them all different sizes.
Okay.
20 inches down to, I think, like the smallest one we have is probably like 8 to 11 inches wide. And then all of these sleds are adjustable. The noses come in and out. And then we even have shorter sleds that don't have these long guardrails for like shorter individuals. We have ones that are longer. So we can accommodate all different size individuals. Same with the basketball chairs. We have chairs of all different sizes. So if you want to participate, just let us know kind of what size you might need. And if you don't know, we'll help you out with that when you get there. That's not a problem. We're really good at kind of eyeballing people and be like, I think I know which one you're going to go in. I mean, myself, I've had going on 28 years experience in a wheelchair. So I've seen I've seen it all, I think, most of it. So.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah. Again, if you come up with questions, I can, for you listening over there, if you want, I can say what our email, what's your question over there?
What about the wheelchair, people who have like a wheelchair bike for them?
Do you have extra recumbent bikes?
So for
Yeah,
the
we have recumbent bikes. So the through-wheel recumbents that you can pedal with your feet. And then we also have 3-wheeled hand cycles. So those like myself that can't use our feet, we can use our hands. But we have both. We have both kinds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a bike. Oh,
Oh, you do? Awesome. Then come join us.
I mean, as well.
Some of the biking programs, like the Cycling for All program, it's free if you have your own bike. You can come just join up
I have
with
my
us.
own bike. Yeah.
If you can get your bike there and it's free, we'll only charge, I think it's like $5 or something like that to use one of our bikes. But other than that, it's just come with us, you know.
Okay.
More the merrier.
All right.
Have you heard of that before? Since you do the cycling safety stuff?
No, are you, well, you're different from All Out Adventures. That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, we know All Out. We've worked with All Out a few times, so we know All Out quite well. They don't have the hand cycle setups. They have the trikes and the recumbents. They don't have any of the hand cycles, I believe, yet. That's one main difference that we have. But really, yeah, we've ridden with them before, and that's a great group as well.
Do you train groups like that? Is that what you do? Or?
No, well, I mean, what I do or what I did, haven't done it in a while, is train people on how to bike in traffic so that they can use it as a practical mode of transportation.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's really good. Good to know that skill. Right now, all of our bike programs, luckily, aren't in traffic. We'll keep to the bike paths, but knowing that, and we have many individuals that bike on their own that do bike in traffic. So, if you ever want to come down and talk to the group, you're more than welcome.
Cycling savvy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's called?
Cycling savvy.
Yeah.
Program. But yeah, if you want more information, can you go to chd.org/allin. That's our main website. If you go to Facebook, I believe it's CHD All In on Facebook. You can also email us at allin@chd.org. It's all one word. And that, if you want to sign up for emails, I'd email that group. It's myself and Jess, the manager, the only two that get that. So we'll get that email and put you right on our mailing list if you'd like to be. Or if you have any general questions, allin@chd.org is a great place to start. You can also message us on Facebook. So we're available to everybody. So anybody that needs to get a hold of us that has a question or concern or just generally wants to sign up for a program, then definitely go online and we'll be happy to walk you through any of the processes that you may need or tell you what exactly is involved and just kind of we're open to talking with you. And some people get a little nervous the first time they do things, totally understandable, but we're there to keep the positivity going and make sure that you have as enjoyable of an experience as you can.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, certainly. No, this is a great group. I'm really glad that you had us come in to speak with you because this is, you never know. I think as individuals, any one of you in here, more than welcome to come. And I know you guys can do what we do. Every program that we run, I've done personally. So I know that it's set up adaptively. So it's yeah, it's open to everybody.
Okay.
And I can leave some of the stuff
Yeah.
with you, and
Yeah.
then if you want to I don't know, is there a place publicly to hang up the information at all, or?
In this building, I don't know. I have to double check.
Sure.
Otherwise, I would just put it on our Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can have Jess send you everything digitally too.
Yes, I would love it.
Yeah, that way you don't have to scan anything in, or
Yeah.
But I can leave you with physical copies to if anybody has any questions, or all of our information is on the pamphlets that we have as well. But we'll get those to you guys. If you want to email us, we'll be sure to email you all this information as well. All right.
Nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want one of us to? You're fine.
Oh no,
You're fine. You're used to just dragging it.
Oh yeah, I traveled the country when I first started sled hockey. Out of the U.S. sled hockey team, and I was out of Boston, and I flew all across the country with all my sled hockey gear, sleds. So, oh yeah.
Our little entrance wasn't very accessible there.
Oh, trust me, it was more accessible than most places that I go to.
Okay. I was like, no, the chairs.
It's a chair. Chairs can be moved.
Great.
And yeah, I'll leave these here if you guys want to take one or take a picture of them, or
Yeah.
you want to go about it.
We're supposed to have a drawer in somewhere, because I asked the mayor for a drawer, and they were like, sure, have a drawer, because people come and they leave us stuff, and then like, where do we bring
Where
it?
does it go?
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm actually really excited to learn to curl. I've never curled before in my life, but
yeah.
that's going to be happening in Amelia Park, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's one of the things also to keep our prices down. Most people in our programs that are helping are volunteers. So we work on a volunteer basis, and also we work with local communities like Easthampton's letting us use Millside Park, working with the Thunderbirds, let us use Mass Mutual Center, the Rock Gym lets us use their gym, and so on. So it's we're very much community oriented for that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Certainly. Does anybody want to leave me with their email address now that I can send information, or do you just want to email us?
I'm already.
Yeah, you're already, yeah. Over there, it'd probably
There
be
we go.
easiest if you guys just sent us an email saying you met me, and just say I'd like more information if you'd like at allin@cht.org.
Perfect.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure seeing everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi there. Sorry.
No worries. I left plenty of information here for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, we used to have
Ryan.
there.
Ryan Kincaid.
Eli Damon,
Eli Damon.
Vice Chair of the Commission.
I'm gonna write that down. Because you're the cycling savvy, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
in Boston.
Right.
We used to have a game down there.
Basketball down there.
All right. So I'll leave you guys to whatever business that you have to attend to. Now the more serious part of the meeting.
Right.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting everybody. Thank you so much once again. And I hope to see everybody out there somewhere.
Yeah, that's great. Hi, Stan. Glad you joined us.
Hi, Stan.
Glad I was able to had some computer problems.
Understandable.
I think that's a daily thing in my life.
Right. We were just going to, Stan, talk about the fines for accessible parking. Did you want to state, what you've been sending me in the emails?
Sure. It doesn't seem to matter because the city government doesn't want to follow.
Can you explain what it is, and then you can
Sure.
say.
The state regulations say that if the city government, the city council created the our committee by a popular vote, and this was confirmed by Ms. LaBombard in the city clerk's office that they did, then they are supposed to allow us to accept contributions, public contributions, and the income that the city gets from fines levied on cars parking in handicapped spots. The city just voted this week, the city council, to raise the city fine for that from $25 to, I think, $50. The Massachusetts state fine is $500 for the first infraction and $1,000 for subsequent infractions. So, I mean, depending on, whether it's a city resident or state resident, it could be a lot of money that we're not getting.
Can we turn the volume up?
Yeah.
And also, it's the Mass General laws state that the money that comes from those fines shall be placed into a separate and special account for support of handicapped citizens.
So that's what we've been asking the mayor for a while. And they said we could not have an account. And then I went to an event for City Councilor Gomez. And I spoke to the mayor there, and they said that a couple of things. That one, they might have some money for us in general. And then that they didn't see why we couldn't have the fines from there, and would get back to us. So Lindsay, the assistant for the mayor, was like, no, you can't have the fines. But then when I said that the mayor said that we probably could, she said she looked back into it. Now, I know you had some concerns, right? Do you want to share those? Because Stan was wondering.
I mean, I've shared them.
He wasn't there when you shared them.
Oh,
So he didn't know. And I didn't want to misquote you. So share away.
okay. I mean, I have concerns about, about our income being tied to the police. And I don't know, I wasn't really ready to.
It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, but I mean, it's in some way already tied to the police based on the snow ordinance. And we should be getting money from those violations as well. But we can't, because we haven't been able to have a bank account to put the money into.
How would we get money from the snow ordinance? How does that tie into disability?
Well, the fines that are levied by the police department on property owners who don't clear their sidewalks, come in, I think, 3 stages. There's a fine for the first offense, fine for the second offense, and on the third offense, there's a big fine, but that fine is used by Public Works to hire someone to clear the sidewalk. So the first 2 fines could come to us.
But how, if it's not a disabled person, how would it come to us?
Well, yeah, I mean, if the police department feels that the owner of the property should have been able to clear their sidewalk and didn't, they levy a fine. And the proceeds from that fine should come to us because, based on, I think there was a city council meeting that approved that when we first did the public service announcement.
Right, but I still don't understand how the fines how it would just come to the commission. Like, it has nothing to do with being disabled. Our message was just clear this.
Well, it has to, yeah, I think the reason it has to do with us because they're supposed to clear the sidewalks in order to allow disabled persons to pass safely across those sidewalks.
Right.
And that's the city charter.
I mean, that's not just disabled people though. That's mothers with strollers. It's low income. It's people whose car broke and they can't repair it. I don't know. Unless if you're saying there's a specific ordinance saying that the fines are directed towards us, that would be interesting information to have. And definitely we should be pointing that out to city council or whatever. It's
been a long time since we did the ordinance since we did the PSA. I'd have to go back and research that again.
Yeah.
I was just worried that many people would be going for that money. Like many people would feel like they had a right. Many groups.
Yeah.
It's not just tied to being disabled. So
I have a concern with the,
Yep.
and the disability.
Can you
access.
talk really loud so they can hear you?
In the disability access, parking that's such a hefty fine, not ours, whatever it is, but
State one.
yeah, if somebody's going to get, was it $500 or $1,000?
Right.
I don't think that's going to engender cooperation.
Yeah, I want to fight from it yesterday.
That's not what they're
Um, Jeff said it didn't have to do with what we were talking about. I mean, I think that's the point. Like, so huge that it would deter you from parking there for a quick minute to go to the store or whatever people's reasons are.
Yeah, but Easthampton being a rather small community, the first person who gets it, you just know they had a sick child, they couldn't walk across the street, it's going to be a heartrending thing, and they're the ones who are going to get ticketed. I mean,
You have made up a entire story in your head, huh? Because usually it's single people that just don't feel like walking and they park and they're like, I'm just gonna run in real quick and get my food and come back out. You said sick child. You got a whole.
Oh, I've covered them and this time. But,
As an artist, if they have a sick child, I mean, they can get it.
The problem here with that argument is that if they're parked illegally in a handicapped spot and they don't have a handicap placard on their car, they're going to get a ticket anyway.
yeah, but there's a difference between life-changing $500 or $1,000 can be.
That's the fine. That's the state fine. So, I mean, if the city cops give them a city fine, then it's limited to $50.
Is it limited if the city cops give it?
Right. But if it's a city vehicle, if it's someone who lives in Easthampton, then I would think it would come under the city fine. If it's someone who's visiting Easthampton from Buffalo, they would get a state fine.
How the hell do you?
I mean, the cops would be running the place.
No, but they run the license plate.
I don't know if that's
where it's from. The license plate says.
I've never heard of that.
I'll have to
In
ask.
2 other states. I mean, it's like,
It's interesting.
I mean, the cop has to, and who's at the wheel? Is that where the car is?
True.
The owner of the vehicle is the one who's liable for the fine. If the vehicle is licensed in Boston, then they're not a local driver because the car is registered in Boston, which means that's where it's regularly garaged.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Can we circle back to Eli's point? I feel like the amount of fines and the ethics of fines and the legitimate reasons people might have to park various places, those are all good points. I just don't know that we here as a group can add value to that. No,
we don't add value to that.
But I do want to circle, I think Eli's point of having our budget based exclusively on fines doesn't necessarily create warm, fuzzy feelings about the Commission on Disability. Is that where you were kind of going with this, Eli?
I mean, I kind of felt like it creates kind of a conflict of interest where like we do better when more people park in handicap spots.
Almost like we're rooting for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
rolling around in the money like Scrooge McDuck.
Those people violate the law, so we can do something.
The problem is if they illegally park in a handicapped spot, they will be fined anyways, whether the money comes to us or not.
Yeah. I would love, I think the great thing would be is, you know, just as a point of thought that we're probably not also going to solve at this table today, but how else are we getting a little bit of budget? So, you know, I think that would be,
I believe that was on the agenda also,
Right.
but not for me.
We want to weigh in on any of this? You're just listening.
Just listening on this one. I mean, my thought on it is, yeah, if the fine is going to be levied anyways, you know,
yeah.
I don't think anybody's like, oh, who's getting that money? So I know who to be angry at, you know?
Right.
So.
Be posting my face everywhere and coming for me, right?
Exactly.
Little wanted posters. Okay. Yeah. Let me see where we are on that. Oh my gosh.
And, you know, the other problem is that since the mayor was unwilling to allow us to open a bank account, we had nothing to do, no place to put that money.
Well, I don't know if that's changing, right? It's on the agenda.
I know. But up until now, that has been the problem, part of the
She
problem.
brought it up herself. I didn't even ask. She just came over and said, "Oh, I've been thinking about you guys. I might have some sources of money for you." Like, I didn't ask anything, so it was nice. I was like, "Thank you for thinking of us. I didn't know
Yes.
we were on your mind."
I agree.
But then again, like, what would we do with the money? Like, what do we want to do with the money?
Well, for example, when we wanted to make the banner for our table to, you know, so we could sit out at the,
Yes.
you know, and, you know, attract people to come and sign up and join us and so forth. You know, we had to go beg the mayor for the money for that.
Right.
And everything that we need to buy, any public, you know, to the publication we want, the book we want to do, you know, that takes money.
So the banner has a little story because I ordered the banner and I picked fonts. It's like when it gets blown up, it's little pieces, like oranges. And I was,
That's the font?
yeah, like it's dark, but then over here it's, I thought it was just like little lines and it turns out it's oranges. And I was like so devastated because we're not the farmer's market or the commission, but everybody says it looks fine. So I'm gonna ignore it.
And oranges are healthy and even disabled people need healthy food.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
Actually, dyslexics might.
Yeah, that's your thing. Yeah.
I was thinking we should bring, talk to me about, get a person from there.
They can hear us on
Oh, sorry, I thought you were okay. We'll talk about it.
That's great. We were gonna have City Councilor Gomez join us to give us an update on talking to the Massachusetts Office of Disability for the accessibility ordinance, but he's stuck at work and unable to make it. Well, I wanted to ask you guys about future speakers. Is there somebody that we're missing that you might want to come?
I really think we need to keep an ongoing speaking or coming to meeting relationship with whoever's spearheading whoever we can get to talk about the construction that's going on. I mean, if that's.
Yeah.
We have a new person are they already hired?
No, we've not hired a new city engineer yet. We still have the assistant, the staff engineer, Diane Rossini, I think last name Diane, who is fielding those questions right now. But as we've just lost our city engineer, Dan Murphy, she is doing all of what was her own work prior, now fielding all questions that were Dan Murphy's.
Right.
Dan Murphy, someone who'd been with the city for 8 years, had a lot of institutional knowledge. Now, when she gets questions, it's going back what can often be times many years. So
Right.
she's responsive, she's good, but just something to keep in mind that she also has a great deal on her plate right now. So I usually find anytime I'm asking her questions, like, just get back to me this week.
Right. Right.
I'd be definitely interested in hearing, from her or whoever ultimately fills the city engineer role, but also who's spearheading that project on a state level. That would be interesting.
Do you know that?
Or I'm just throwing it, or who, the new low-income housing that's going up in various places, that would be interesting to, the Ferry Street construction projects. All I would be interested in people with knowledge about those types of projects in the future.
Right.
Specifically, low income, the 40B project that we're getting on 385 Main Street. I'm the person who's facilitating that. So if you have questions on that, please let me know. I can kind of keep you all up to date with what's happening on that. We're going to have our initial hearing on May 19th. Sorry, not May 19th, May 29th this month will be the opening where we're going to have, it's the community builders, who are the developers, are going to be presenting on the project. There'll be some time for public speak, but it'll be just kind of a layout, a general opening of the hearing. So for anyone interested, that'll be Wednesday, May 29th at 6:00. That'll be available both virtually and in person.
Is that a public hearing?
Yep, it's going to be a public hearing. So
Just wanted to know which.
Yep, and you'll be able to find it on the ZBA agenda once that's posted for the link and everything.
Is that helpful, Jeff, at all, or?
Sure. I mean, knowing that, sure, I can think of a few questions I might want to ask you, just because I know some people that, are looking for more affordable housing in Easthampton. I mean, I'm interested, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Well, if you think of a speaker, you can always email me. Is there anything that we wanted to cover during this meeting that we did not cover?
One thing I'd like to say, I don't know if everyone's available, but you just spoke about Omar coming to speak with us. He will be shortly leaving Easthampton to take a position at the state legislature.
He definitely get elected? No.
I think it's an appointed position. It's not as a congressman or senator, but it is a position that, in Boston. And I assume he'll be leaving.
Right, yeah.
I was going to say, so he's running for state representative. It is an elected position with the election happening this November.
Right.
Currently, he's the only one on the ballot. So in that sense, it's not terribly competitive, but it's the deadline to get on the ballot hasn't closed yet. So it is still possible he may have an opponent in the race. And if so, then, it's not guaranteed.
Sure. Although he is pretty popular in this town.
He is, and I know that his range, its representation is for Easthampton, South Hadley,
Yeah, it was like all these different.
and Hadley. It's all, he's going to be representing all three of those towns. So
Right.
it's quite possible, you know, someone we've never heard of from South Hadley could be on the ballot
Up.
before this all closes. So it's still up in the air, but you know, it's all Easthampton residents. I think we're all, you know, rooting for Omar, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does anyone have any updates on the time frame, specifically sidewalks and street crossing in the bike path on?
Good question.
I'm really concerned about the height between the sidewalk and the main road. I'm thinking, you know, if there was a slip and fall with, you know, ambulatory people or people in wheelchairs, it seems like previously you'd roll an ankle. This, you know, it feels more hazardous now, and just on a distance level, I'm wondering what the height is going to be between the curb and the road. And is that going to be back the way it was, or?
Is that a Diane question?
That's a Diane question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to email me her email?
Do it right now.
So I can ask if she is willing to come and speak. We have people for next month, but it depends. And I can send you the information, Jeff.
Nice.
Jeff, know what happened? Wait, I'll tell you after.
Is there anything anybody wants to say more about the fines for the accessible parking violations? No, we're good on that issue temporarily.
I'm good. I'm good.
And the future speakers, no other suggestion right this second? Okay, and then, I mean, we didn't talk about recruiting. We're still looking for members. Like we have like 4 openings. 5. Wait, are we counting Bruce?
No, he's on here.
Oh my goodness, 5 still. Feel like we get one, we lose one, and the number doesn't change. Okay.
In terms of future speakers.
Yep.
On one of our meetings, it's possibly one I missed. We were supposed to have someone from the RMV.
They did not show up, and they're coming next month. There was something wrong with the link, supposedly, so they're coming in June.
Okay, good. I myself just applied for a handicap placard for my car. I'm waiting for it to arrive.
Good. That'll be great. Let's see. So next month's meeting.
Actually have a quick question here.
Yeah.
So in terms of the vacancies, with 5 vacant seats, it's just a 13 member body then?
Yes.
What was the reason that it was a 13 member body and
I
not?
don't even know.
Because this might be something worth exploring, of trying to see about reducing the size of the body down to something like even 7, and then making the rest all associate seats. So if we wanted to keep the ability for people to join, it allows people to join like an associate member status. That way it actually helps typically with quorum, because if you have say a 5-member body, you only need 3 people for quorum. And then if you have 7 associate members, if everyone shows up, great. Typically.
I think the membership is stipulated in the city bylaws.
It just doesn't say why it's 13 there.
No, I understand.
There are 9-member committees. I've never heard of a 7-member one here, which doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Typically, 7 is an uncommon number. Usually it's 3 or 5 are the more common. And then for bodies like city council, then you're usually up to like 11 or 13.
Yeah, okay.
More. And it might be stipulated in a bylaw, but it may be worth exploring the idea of putting something together to ask for an amendment to the bylaw of city council.
Right.
It might make sense. It might not. I just don't know if anybody knows what the rationale for having such a large committee was. Because then you can run into quorum issues and filling issues on there. So.
Okay. You had something, Eli?
I thought quorum was based on the actual members and not seats.
Not sure about that. You could be right about that one. I know it depends on certain committees. So I know on something like a planning board or a zoning board of appeals, it's set out by the state that if you have a 5-member body, you must have it does. If you have vacancies on there, if you only have 2 or 3 people and only 2 members show up, you don't have a quorum. You need all 3 members of the appointed body to have quorum. And then even in that case, you wouldn't be able to say vote on a special permit because you need 4 members to vote on a special permit if it's a 5-member body. So it ends up being, that's how I know it is for specifically something like a planning board or a zoning board of appeals. For this type of general committee, does it follow a different set of rules? It could. And I'm just not sure about that.
Yeah, I thought for us, if we have 8 members, then 5 would make a quorum, regardless of how many members we could potentially have.
And the reason that we wanted more members is just because a lot of us have disabilities. So if we want to do a project, nobody has time or energy to do it. So, but Stan, you were going to say something?
Same thing, that we originally wanted more members because we were involved in projects that were time consuming and basically the same thing that was just said.
Yep, those projects are still there, the survey and the PTSD panel. We just hoping for more help.
Yep. We're still, we still don't have a clerk. We haven't had any officer turnover. I mean, we've been the chair and vice chair for a long time.
Yep. Okay. And the last thing before we go, I'm just going to mention again the World Disability Day. That's December 3rd. And Jeff, I know you mentioned there's dancers that are disabled. Do you remember where they're from? Or are you just saying like that's not?
I am saying that yes, dancers, there's disabled dance troops, and I was saying that you are plugged into the dance community and the mental health community, and that would be a great thing to sponsor for, in terms of the types of events that we could draw people into,
right,
that we could just loosely put our name on and, suggest to the Marigold that they'd host a certain event or something like that,
I think I could ask him. He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, I just know they exist. I don't know.
Specifically.
I don't know. I don't have any connections or any specific one in mind, but I'm sure there's a couple different things in Connecticut or in New York or Boston that would travel and be performed. Right?
Does anybody have any other business they want to share before we go?
Oh, I got one. Do you want to do it? If you want to. I'll do it. That, me and Frank are going to a rally, what is it called again? The rally for the, on Wednesday, May 22nd, I think.
Yeah.
It's talking about the, more money, and more dancing and more everything. And more life.
There's a rally in Boston for budgets for direct support staff and just the kind of staffing at human services agencies. And, Bryce and David are both representing over there. Yeah, I went last year as part of the group, but there's other staff going this year. And, it's cool, and they get to meet with representatives, and they're both super articulate, so it'll be great that they'll be there.
I hope you have a good time.
We will. Wait.
And the 22nd is Barbara's birthday.
It's my birthday, my 22nd.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday, Barbara.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next meeting is June 13th. If there's something you want on the agenda, don't forget to contact me and let me know. And if there's nothing else that anyone wants to discuss right now, then I can make a motion to close the meeting. Is everybody okay with that? Fantastic.
I'll second it.
At the same time.
Great. So we're all good?
Yep.
Meeting adjourns.
Thank you, everyone.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.